let's not forget junior tennis and 10 and under tennis. Total Serve Junior is perfect for that. The two sizes, the 25-inch and the 23-inch. So for the little guys, 10 and unders, there really isn't very much in the 10 and under programming. In fact, there's not anything specific for serving. There's lots of hitting balls with little rackets and different balls and nets and all that, which is all great. But they need to learn how to serve, and they need to learn the correct grip from the start, not later. It's too difficult to change them. So we want a success rate, right? If we give them a ball and a racket and we tell them to serve, there's going to be no success because they're going to need to use the wrong grip to get the ball to go forward over the net. So we start them with the total serve. I'm going to simulate being a little kid. And so as a teacher, I would put their hand on the grip with the grip marker. So they can look down, they can always check and see where that is. We set them up properly so that their elbow is back to the fence and their tricep is parallel to the ground, right? Most kids want to set up like this, or like this, or like this. So we need to teach them, where is this correct? This is the middle of the serve. This is from your downswing, in the middle of it, of your downswing to your upswing. So here's your center. Now, Neha's just going to hold up a target. Remember, we always use a target, especially these for kids. Higher, we want to put it out of reach a little bit further forward. Further forward so that they have to reach up and forward. A little closer. There, perfect. So just watch my arm and see what happens. I'm not trying to do this, but since my body is sort of in the right position, my arm is in the right position, and my grip is correct, I'm just going to swing up to this, and I automatically pronate. So we're teaching them to throw. We're teaching them to throw up, which is a tennis serve. So they're learning without knowing that they're learning, and they're not having to be on their knees. So they're standing, they're having a great time trying to hit that target. You can use it for teaching them their open stance forehand. So right from the beginning, they learn what racket head speed feels like. You can teach them a closed stance forehand. You can teach them their two-handed backhand, whatever it happens to be. This size, the 25, is really fantastic for kids that are a little bit bigger, a little more accomplished, maybe transitioning to a full-size racket. A lot of kids are taught to start from here, right? And then they toss and hit. So when we want to start blending it together and giving them a full service motion instead of doing a 1, 2, 3, which is the way lots of kids are taught, we give them this one and give them some cues and have them start going through a full service motion. Fantastic. Again, they can do all of their ground strokes too with this as well. So consider bringing these into your program. You can use it as a station in your 10 and under tennis and in your camp and clinic situations. You can get 8 kids using a total serve over there in the corner while other kids are hitting balls, while other kids are doing conditioning, whatever it happens to be. One of your best ways to practice is not hitting a ball. It's shadowing. Shadowing is a really common technique for learning. And most people don't do it. They don't bother. The pros do it all the time. That's why they can do what they do. And so shadowing for a forehand, I may shadow, okay, what is it that how I hit my forehand? What do I do? And I can go through it really slowly and feel all the parts and know where everything is, right? They call it shadowing because I'm not actually hitting a ball. I'm just using my racket. So on this topspin backhand, I have in the past done hundreds of thousands of topspin backhands without a ball, right? I've just done it with my racket. Most people don't bother to take the time to do that. So you can shadow, you can use the total serve, which is just one step further than shadowing, and use that tool to improve your strokes anywhere, at home, in the gym, wherever you want to do it. What we're really concentrating on with our ground strokes is getting racket head speed. So in order to do that, you kind of have to let go of the racket, let go of controlling it and holding on too tight with your hand and trying to force it with your muscles. So let's go ahead and do that. Good. So this time I want you to, don't guide it. Do you know what I mean by guiding it? No. No? Okay. This is what I mean by guiding it. Oh, this is good to see. It just means this. See how I'm using my arm? I'm not letting it go. I've got to let that racket head go. So we want to get here and boom. Let it go. I can actually hear that thing sliding by me. Try it. So you need to catch it, right? Otherwise it's going to hit you. There you go. Now we're talking. That's what we want to do on a forehand. Now we're going to do it open stance. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to see that there are going to be all different kinds of follow-through heights, depending on the type of swing that you have. If you've got an Eastern forehand and you've got a much flatter forehand, then your swing is going to finish more here, right? More level. If you've got a semi-Western, there's a good chance you're finishing up nice and high, depending on what you're trying to do with the ball, whether you're trying to hit depth or an angle or a short ball, whatever it happens to be. With a full Western, we're going to find a lot of people finish down here, right? So sort of the common denominator there is your left side is getting out of the way. As a right-handed hitter, the faster I can get my left side out of the way, the faster my hitting side can come through, okay? So you're noticing common factors here. This hand finishes up over here somewhere, whether it's here, here, or here, or here, or a little bit further back. Okay, so Neha is going to show us a two-handed topspin backhand. So make your pivot, good. Now plant your foot. Now swing, go. Excellent, there we go. And you're gonna hold your finish for a long time. Step, plant, good. Okay, so we see that I can see several things that are missing on her backhand or that just isn't timed right. For example, her right foot step didn't go down early enough and she wasn't holding her finish quite long enough, okay? But it's easy now for me as a pro, I'm standing right here with her watching her stroke. I'm not standing across a court hitting a ball and watching her hit a ball and seeing where it goes, right? Yeah, we're good at that, but it's really, really handy to be standing right here next to our student and being able to say, okay, move this an inch, do this, lower this a little bit, step a little bit earlier, make sure that you heel toe step. All of these little things that are so important in building the correct serve. And I'm going to show everyone a one-handed backhand practice with this. So we've got our grip for our one-handed backhand, and I'm going to use my left hand up near the ball end where it would be up towards the head on the throat. And I'm going to start nice and low. That's my backswing. I'm going to heel toe step, right, so that I can bend my knee into the ball, right? And from here, I rotate my hip and I swing up, okay? My left hand stops my rotation and my right arm finishes straight. The total serve will just kind of swing slightly out to the side. So again, it's going to look something like this. I'm practicing my rotation. I'm practicing keeping my head down. I'm practicing better leg work this time, right, where I'm lifting up. And this is just going to come out and kind of coil around my arm. If I'm doing this incorrectly, it's going to diagnose a bad contact point or a faulty contact point. Most people contact too far out to the side. It would be too far to my left. So in that case, I'd be stepping over here, and I'm swinging around, and this thing is going to come around and hit me in the backside. Okay? So this, you notice I'm reaching out. This is incorrect. We want to keep it in and reinforce a really good contact point by keeping the right arm in and contacting forward and driving through and having the total serve finish out to the side.